As a business owner, you need a personal trainer. If you're a business owner or you own some kind of coaching business where you're training someone or teaching someone, a skill set like a personal trainer does, build workout programs, teaching the skill sets to train on their own, or maybe you're a video editing coach where you teach people how to edit their own videos or get the audio right or get the lighting correct, anything like that, you need a personal trainer. And I don't mean the fitness personal trainer, I mean a business personal trainer. If you've ever heard the saying where you need to find someone who's been in the position that you want to be in to learn from and succeed from, well, it's a similar principle. Basically, you just need someone who's actually in a position where they can educate you and share the information that's helped them get to where they are, but also understands the importance of certain aspects. And one of the big things to have a business personal trainer for specifically is to take action. I can guarantee you there are a million times where you would actually sit down, think about doing something in your business or starting a business even, and you have this grandiose idea where you can't actually action anything because you haven't got someone who's been there and done that before who's going to guide you through the process. Because let's be honest, it's incredibly hard. So I don't blame people for actually not committing to their thoughts and the actions that they wanted to take. It's not easy. So you actually need someone who's going to help you and create a bit of a plan, scaffold everything out, give you an exact blueprint to follow so you can make that dream or reality or plan in your business actually come to light. There's actually a really interesting point I want to make about being a sole trader and a business owner. Personally, that's exactly what I do. I've worked in big companies before who have multiple employees, but as a business owner and using this Pareto principle is what I want to talk about next, the 80-20 rule, most commonly referred to, basically all the time that you're spending in a day as a business owner, 80% of, your day is more than likely worthless. 20% of what you'll actually do in a day is going to produce 80% of the results. 80% of what you do in the day is actually just filling in the day, because you'll feel guilty if you're actually not doing something. I read this in a great book, The 4-Hour Workweek by Timothy Ferriss. I highly recommend reading it if you haven't already. I'll go grab it. I'm telling you, this book is fantastic. It's actually helping, a lot of business owners create the ultimate lifestyle that they're actually looking for, and more than likely the one that you're looking for too. It actually talks about the Pareto principle in a way that reduces the amount of hours you work in a week to a 4-hour work week instead of a 40-hour work week, by simply just reducing the tasks that aren't actually serving you. So reducing the 80% of the inefficient work that's not actually producing the results you're looking for. An example would be stop reaching out to certain demographics. You'll already know who your ideal avatar is as a business owner for whatever coaching that you do or whatever business that you run. You just need to stop focusing on the other people who aren't your avatar and double down on what you know works already. If you haven't figured out what works, this is where you may be just throwing paint at a wall and hoping it sticks. Probably a better way to do that would actually be thinking about who your ideal avatar is, really creating a bit of a picture of who they are and then literally writing it down somewhere and targeting those group of people or who you know that are going to buy your product because you know that you can solve their problem, but that's another story for another video. But simply just doubling down on the 20% of customers that buy your product. That is going to reduce the amount of time that you spend in a week doing that kind of outreach task or creating products for other people who would never buy your product anyway. Simple things like that are going to actually reduce how much time you spend doing useless things. Just something simple like that is going to help you tremendously in terms of reducing the amount of hours you work in a week and increasing the amount of profits you make. Also, in turn, you wouldn't know that without talking to someone who's been there and done it. Hence why the business personal training, idea is so fantastic, or business mentorship is probably a better word for it, but I like business personal trainer and personal trainer. It makes sense to me. Now, something that's actually really misconsidered in business is making mistakes and falling into, a rut. Sometimes this is a really good thing. Sometimes this is really detrimental for your business. So it's hard to say I recommend doing it because I don't, but having someone who's been in a pitfall and made the mistakes, but come out the other side of it is far better off than someone who's just cruised through it. Now, something that I can recommend is talking to the people who've had those pitfalls and made those mistakes in businesses that are very similar to yours, or you can at least draw lots of parallels from, And that way you can not fall into the same mistakes or detrimental pitfalls that they've had themselves. That's going to make you actually have an easier time moving in the direction you want to with your business, as opposed to taking 5 years. You might take 1 year to get where you want to. Whereas that person who you're learning from may have taken 5 or 10 years. Over time, things change in business and you need to be quite adaptable. And so a lot of the times the failings and the pitfalls that you do run into are from just a changing market. So it's something you can even learn from your personal training business mentor as well. Now, I know I'm kind of going on a bit of a rant about that, but put it simply, you just need someone who knows what they're doing to help you through your own process. Without that, you'll end up like a lot of people who are in business. They aren't there for very long. Now, if you like this video, YouTube thinks that this one will be a really great option for you next. So if you think so, go check it out. Otherwise, I'll see you soon.